Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my January favorites with y'all. So anything that I have been loving from fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. They can be completely random. Some of these things I have featured in some videos throughout the month. So I'm excited to dive in and share the absolute best with y'all today. If you are looking to shop any of the items that I'm featuring, they can all be found in the description box down below. And let's just jump right in. So starting off with my fashion favorites, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of the obvious ones out of the way. First are these pearl slides. I found these back in December and I have been styling them in every single try-on haul. They are just right up my alley, so cute. Love this pearl detail. They're also very flattering on the foot, and I feel like they're very versatile because you can wear these for work, but they also look super cute with jeans. Next is just a pair of jeans that I have been reaching for throughout the month. This month I did make some New Year's resolutions, and one of those was just getting myself ready most days of the week and kind of start working on building more of a routine in my life. Even today I have on this really beautiful chic blazer and I feel so much more put together. Honestly, when I instantly put it on, felt like my life was together, even though it is absolutely not. Just like my, just like I forgot that I have a call right now with my assistant. So I'll be back. This blazer, by the way, was in my Express try-on haul, and I'll link that video here if you want to see it on. Definitely like a favorite find of the month, but I haven't worn it too much to like consider it a favorite. I like to really be selective with the items that I share in my monthly favorites. So next item is this pair of pleated pants, and just like the jeans, I have been getting ready and reaching for these a ton because they are so comfortable. I think they'd be great most seasons, like traveling, they're a great pant, even vacation because they're very flowy. But I recently wore these in December too, so I think they kind of work all year round depending on what you style them with. And I do have a Petal and Pep code, by the way, that ends at the end of January. It's Strawberry Chic for 22% off. Next favorite is this elevated loungewear set. It has these gorgeous ruffle sleeves. It's so soft and comfortable, the most beautiful like baby pink color. And on days that I don't necessarily feel like getting like fully ready, I opt for sets like this. I think matching sets feel more put together even though you're still very comfortable. So I have worn this a couple times this month. Next is this heart sweater from And Other Stories, and really in general, And Other Stories has been a favorite recently since I kind of rediscovered them Black Friday, and I have been checking out all their new arrivals. I love that they have different designers, so I am of course drawn to their Paris designers because a lot of the styles are very romantic. That's where this one comes from. It has like the designer city at the top. But this cardigan is so perfect for the upcoming like Valentine's season. It also comes in red as well, and it has these really cute gold buttons. It's also very nursing friendly as well. These do open, by the way, so they're not sewn shut. There is a kind of look for less one of you shared with me. It's more of like a knitted material. The quality is not going to be obviously like this one. This is actually wool, though it is not itchy. And definitely like thicker and warmer, but I'll link both down below because the other cardigan also has the heart buttons as well, and I think it's under 50. I have worn this jacket from Nordstrom like every couple days. It is so awesome. I wish I had it sooner. It's very comfortable. I love that it buttons close. If you are postpartum, this is like perfect. Go ahead and pick this up. It's so easy to nurse in. It's kind of like a great athletic jacket for in and out of the gym. It's a thicker sweatshirt material, so it does keep you pretty warm. I actually got like super hot wearing this the other day. And it's very comfortable on the inside, like this soft fuzzy material. It's long enough for leggings. So I feel like this is a very versatile piece, and I have been reaching for it a ton. I know I mention these sweaters a lot, but I seriously wear them all the time, and I've had them for 2 years now. These Amazon sweaters are such great buys. I actually have an Amazon haul coming up next Thursday, I believe. So no, maybe Sunday. Yeah, it's not going up next Sunday, so look out for that. But I have a couple of new sweaters to try out, but these have just been like old faithfuls in my wardrobe. I have 3 of them. I love the mock neckline. They're long enough for leggings, so great legging friendly sweater. does have more of an oversized fit as well, and I just I sound like a broken record with these, and honestly a lot of the things that I share I sound like a broken record, but just again love those, still continue to wear them throughout the month of January. I do have a couple new purchases that I'm just so anxious to share with y'all, but I'm gonna hold off until my what's new to my wardrobe for February, but it's gonna be a good one, so stay tuned for that. That will probably be mid-February. But I do have a favorite find from the month, so I haven't necessarily worn this or used this a ton, but I just wanted to go ahead and share it because I'm not sure how the inventory will be. And that is this gorgeous pearl handbag. I found this looking for my girly workwear video. So that video is going up next Thursday. If you're looking for some great feminine work ideas, definitely don't miss that video. I was on the hunt for a good affordable handbag to include in that video, and I came across this one, and you can get your initials in gold on this if you prefer, but I actually just kept it clean and simple. I'm not a big monogram person on handbags specifically, just because if I want to resell it or give it to somebody down the road, I obviously can't do that with my monogram on it, and I feel like it kind of looks more expensive without, personally. This comes in 2 sizes, so this is the mini, then they also have an extra large. I wish they had an in-between size because this one wouldn't fit a laptop, and ideally I was wanting it to be like a work bag, but this is more than enough room for me personally in kind of everyday use. I'm not a huge big bag person, and the extra large definitely looked very large and would definitely fit a laptop, but I do wish they had an in-between size. So yeah, I found this at the beginning of January and I was just so excited about it, and for the girly workwear video that I put together some collages with it, and it has already been a best seller this month. So I will put some of those photos here. It was kind of like pieces that I had ordered for the girly workwear that I was just too excited to visually put together, so I made some of those collages earlier in the month. This handbag is definitely a look for less to a Chanel. I think they're the Deauville totes. I'm honestly not sure. I remember looking at that bag in store a couple years ago, and I was just hesitant to spend the money for the price on a canvas light style like this. I'm not normally scared to buy things and ruin them, but that investment I just didn't think was going to be a good one for my lifestyle. So when I found this, I instantly thought of the Chanel bag because it has Chanel written in pearls, and this is such a great look for less to that. I was actually talking to one of y'all on DMs about that because you thought the same thing when you saw it. So a really pretty handbag nonetheless, and also a really great price point as well. This size is, I think, just under $100, and they often do coupon codes as well. So when I purchased mine, it was actually 30% off. I have 2 earrings that I have pretty much rotated through and reached for consistently since December. So the first pair is this beautiful bow earring. I love that it has a little bit of sparkle. These make a statement, but they're not too heavy by any means. And then kind of my everyday simple earring has been this hoop earring. I love that they're a little bit thicker and not super big. Hoops kind of terrify me, to be honest, and they always have. I'm always worried about my ear hole getting pulled. So I'm usually not a big fan of hoops, but these are small enough that I don't have to worry about that. And they just have a huggy design, so you just open and close them, and they're so easy to put on. This is not a favorite, but my hair does this. Just some days it decides to do that, and it's not a favorite. Anyway, moving on. Moving into my beauty favorites, the first thing I wanted to talk about are these kind of at-home lash extensions. I have been sharing these a ton over on Instagram. If you don't follow me over there, it's Strawberry Chic XO, and that's definitely where you can see day-to-day life, lots of my try-on hauls and things coming up ahead of time over there, since it's kind of, instant Instagram. Anyway, these lash extensions, I am wearing them today. I pretty much bought these super, they were a very impulsive purchase. My friend Haley Page, she's also a YouTuber, talked about these. I just haven't really been wearing lashes in a couple years, and I normally use an eyelash serum because they really do work, but when I got pregnant I stopped using that, and it hasn't been on my radar. So when she shared them, I was like, that's interesting, I want to try them. And these are the shorties from Flutter Habit. I also tried the brand Lilac Street. Comparing the two, the Lilac Street are much more natural. I was wearing those in my Petal and Pup haul. In the intro, you can see they were brown, so they were very, very natural, especially on camera, but they were beautiful in person. And these actually, I didn't love when I first tried them because they felt very, very intense. I'm used to having, I have blonde lashes, so having long black lashes, especially without makeup, was something to get used to. But now that I have been wearing them and kind of used to them, I don't think they're too dramatic like I thought they were in the beginning. And I also apply them differently this time. I only used 3 instead of the first time I used 4, and it was a lot. So now I love how they look on, and they just simplify my getting ready routine because I don't do anything with my eyes anymore. I just do my face, my eyebrows, and it saves so much time getting ready. These actually go under your lash line, which when I first heard about these a couple years ago, I was like, no, I don't think that's gonna work for me because it sounds very terrifying. But they are actually way more comfortable than a lash strip, and they look like lash extensions because they go, again, under your lash line so you don't even see them. And they're actually more comfortable as well than a typical lash strip. And I had lash extensions years ago. I don't see myself ever going back. It's just too much upkeep, too much money, it's just too much, and they destroyed my lashes. So with these, I can monitor that since you're taking them off. They last about, they say 3 to 5 days, but I actually wear them for about a week. But yeah, I talk about them a little bit more on Instagram. Hopefully that's kind of the highlight of what you need to know. And I also have a tutorial on my TikTok if you want to see how I apply these. My go-to lip combo, this has pretty much been my go-to combo since July when I first started using it, but it is this lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury in Iconic Nude, and then I have been loving this lip gloss. This is in the color beige, and I just kind of wear these two together pretty much every single day. I fill my lip in like normal, and then kind of the corners, and I leave the middle part bare, and then I just apply the gloss right over. I started doing my own gel manicure at home probably early July. Like when I was postpartum, I was looking for ways to feel more put together, and I've been doing it ever since. It definitely helped me feel more put together. I prefer gel just because it lasts longer for the time that it takes to do. I just find S&S is a lot more work to remove them, to do them, and they don't last, like, they last a little bit longer, but it's just not worth the time involved and the damage and the thickness and all that. So I do like gel, and my kit that I use is from Gelish. I purchased this in 2020, and I'm still using the same set. And then the color you pretty much always see me wearing is this color from OPI called Let's Be Friends. And this was actually my favorite gel color, like, ever since I discovered gel, like, years ago. I pretty much always use this color. I found this at, I think, Beyond Polish. It's on Amazon as well, but you have to have a beauty license to purchase it. So I will link the color that I use down below because I've had some questions about it. And then the gel light that I use is from Amazon. I talked about this recently in my Amazon products that you will actually use video. If you haven't seen that, I will link it here. I share really great, like, practical Amazon purchases that I have used throughout the years. And this set has more than paid for itself and saved so much money and so much time in the long run. Another Amazon find are these hair ties. I bought a big pack of these back in October. And do I have one on my wrist? I don't. Okay, that's shocking. So these hair ties do keep your hair in place, especially, like, I have hair extensions, so I have quite a bit of hair, and these hold my ponytail really well, but they also don't crease. They will stretch out with, like, continuous use, but you get such a huge pack, they will last you forever. The set on Amazon comes with this color and then kind of like a nude darker color. The photo was not accurate, by the way. So these are definitely my go-to hair tie that I use pretty much every single day. Love that they keep my hair in place and that they don't crease. I actually need to repurchase this. It is almost empty, but I have been using this hair oil This is what the girl who did my hair extensions recommended. They actually want me to put this in twice a day, and I was worried about that because like oil and my hair doesn't go well together because I have very fine texture. But this has actually been very lightweight on the hair, and it like revitalizes my curls the next day. So I put it in like freshly styled curls in the morning, and then before I go to bed I also apply this, mostly focusing on my ends to keep the extensions healthy. Normally I like to mix up my hair tools. I switch up like the curling barrel that I'm using for different sizes, but pretty much this entire month I have been very consistent with my Dyson Airwrap. So that's what I used today for these curls, and this has been the barrel that I've pretty much used. It's the longer barrel and the 1.2 size, and I just love the look. It just gives you the most gorgeous bouncy curls. I do have a tutorial with the Airwrap. I don't necessarily use all those steps anymore, but it's a really helpful tutorial that goes into detail on how to use it. And then I also have a very detailed review over on my blog. I will link for y'all down below if you're curious. I go into like comparing it to my T3 curling iron as far as styling time. I talk about like the blow dryer and kind of help guide your purchase there. It's definitely an expensive product, but I have used it. Like I picked it up in 2020 and I have used this thing. Like it's pretty much the only hair tool I use these days. I don't know if I can necessarily call this a beauty favorite, but I have been using it as a beauty favorite. So this is actually an organic nipple butter from Earth Mama. And essentially it's like coconut based, like coconut oil based, but I have been using this on my cuticles every single night, and it's just been helpful for like dry winter hands, and it also just makes my cuticles look so much healthier, and it's really easy to apply. Sometimes cuticle oils can be very greasy and sticky, and I find that this one's, it's like coconut oil, so it is oily, but it's not like thick and sticky. Plus you can use it on your lips, on your nips if you need, if you're breastfeeding. But I have been loving it specifically for my cuticles, and this thing's gonna last forever, and you can purchase it on Amazon. All right, now moving into random lifestyle favorites. First, I guess I can mention I'm currently drinking this green smoothie. Tim and I started making this back in October, that's when I kind of started thinking about my postpartum health and fitness journey, and that was more so obviously like motivated to be healthy. If you didn't know, I've had high blood pressure since pregnancy, and that's been my main focus on this health journey, not weight or anything like that. I just want to like preface that, I guess. So we started making this back in October, and we kind of fell off of it a little bit, and in January picked it back up again, and we love drinking this before lunch. I will put the recipe, it's over on my blog, so I'll link that blog post down below. I don't know, something about it just gives you some great energy. It actually tastes good for all of the health benefits in here, and a couple other like healthy recipes that I've been loving, like a healthy chicken salad I've been making for lunch regularly. So I will link the recipes that I have been using if you're curious down below. All of those recipes have been in my weekly chic blog post. Those have been going up every Friday, and it's a new series over on my blog that I have been loving. If you love favorites videos, you will love that post, because I essentially talk about my favorites every single week, things that I've been talking about a lot on Instagram stories. I kind of like dive into a little bit deeper. I round up my daily outfits, and it's just a really great like highlighted post. So if you haven't seen those, they will be linked for the recipes, of course, but those go up every Friday, and honestly they could be a favorite because I've been really enjoying putting those together. Next favorite is my daily planner, and this has been a saving grace, I guess I could say. So this is the third year that I have used this planner. I love the layout, I love the aesthetic, I love the simpleness to it, and it works really well for what I use planners for, which is usually a to-do list. And when I had Josie in June, really kind of leading up before that, I did not even look at my planner or open it. So having it back in my life has just been such a lifesaver. Like I said earlier, I have been working on figuring out a routine, and just like my goal is to feel less rushed and like I'm like driving the Hot Mess Express. Sometimes it just feels like I'm just all over the place, and now I have been much more intentional with planning. Even like my videos here, I'm like planning ahead, so videos going up Sunday and Thursday. Sometimes there'll be some surprise videos on Tuesdays, by the way. But yeah, creating that sense of routine in that planner has been just such a saving grace again this month, and I feel glad to be kind of back. I was thinking about this with my mom. She was over here yesterday, and this month, like I was talking about on Instagram, I kind of feel like I am finally like me again after 2020 and then being pregnant. I didn't realize how different I was, maybe. I don't know. I just kind of felt like I was, I guess, a little lost in myself. And I had this sense of like being so overwhelmed. And I almost wonder if that was like a pregnancy symptom, like with the hormones and stuff, that I just didn't really have a clue about until now that I feel kind of out of that in a way. It's been very interesting. So this month has just been such a great month for me. I just feel like I am super excited again to be here on YouTube, and I just feel like myself again. And this planner has been definitely a favorite and helpful to bring her back because I have some good stuff coming up. Another one of my resolutions this year was to read more. I think this has been on my resolution list for quite a while, but for whatever reason it finally hit me that, you know, to make these goals actually happen, I have to be intentional and put them into my routine. So again, I've been focusing on a routine, and another goal has been to decrease screen time on my phone. So the two have kind of gone hand in hand because I set a limitation off of my phone from 8 to 10. I can always change it, but that's when I started to read more books, and I actually read quite a few this month. My goal was to do one fiction and one self-help, but I actually read all fiction books. So I was just going to quickly share if you're looking for recommendations. The first book that I read was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I thought it was like a good kind of simple read. I wouldn't say it like lived up to my expectations because it was highly, highly recommended and all of that. I felt like the main character was kind of, I guess there were two main characters, but the person whose life it was centered around was just kind of like superficial and selfish, and it was kind of hard to like fall in love with her, and it was just kind of all about her beauty and all that. So it was just kind of like a superficial storyline, I guess, and kind of repetitive. I don't know. So that was kind of like my negatives about it, but it was still like a good book if you are looking for something. Like I think it'd be a really good like beach read. And I read through it very quickly. It did have a good twist at the end, but wasn't my favorite out of all the books that I read. So then I started getting into Colleen Hoover books, which I feel like she is just currently like the author of now, like at least with my generation. I've seen a lot of her books. I've read Verity in the past, which if you are postpartum, do not read that book. But I started off with It Ends With Us, and it was a very good, quick, easy read. It does have a very tough subject of domestic abuse, so I just want to preface it there. If you have any like sensitivity to that, I would probably stay away from it. But to me, I really felt like I learned a lot about that subject matter in a way that I haven't necessarily thought of it before. So I think it was just such like a beautifully written book on a very tough subject, and I would recommend it. I guess all that to say, I would recommend it. Her books really have a way of making you just like get lost in them. I think she's a really great writer, and I say that because I'm thinking about this dang book. So this is the next one that I read called Ugly Love, and this was another book that I was just like lost in, and it was great until the ending, and then she literally ripped my mama heart out and like destroyed it, and then tried to put it back together again with the ending. But I like cried myself to sleep when I read the ending, and I wouldn't recommend it if you have problems with intrusive thoughts. I don't know if I would read this one, because again, it just like destroyed my mama heart. But it was such a good book too at the same time. So This one definitely has a lot of like sexy time in it. Just a heads up there, but it's so good, but also so bad at the same time. So I do really enjoy her books, but I needed a break after this one. So I'm currently reading The Love Hypothesis, which hasn't been as quick of a read as the previous ones. I don't know, I just get tired and like fall asleep reading it. And I don't know if that really says a lot about the book, but it's still like a good beach read so far. So, and I do have book recommendations linked. I got a ton of recommendations from y'all, so I just started saving them on my blog. So I will link that down below if you're looking for some books to read next. If you made it this far into the video, I do have a little surprise for you. I have been doing giveaways throughout this month, and it's something I want to continue doing here on my channel. And normally I announce them in the beginning of the video, but decided to mix it up. So if you are still watching, I will pick 2 of you to win a $50 gift card of your choice. And all you need to do to enter is like this video, obviously make sure you're subscribed, and comment down below letting me know what you have been loving this month. It can be absolutely anything. I just want to hear what your favorites are or favorite down in the comments, and I will pick 2 winners. And like I said, it could be anywhere that you choose. I hope you enjoyed my January favorites. Like I said, everything will be linked down in the description box below, and I will see y'all on Sunday with a Target try-on haul. Bye!